I'm Kevin, and I'm joined by my co-host with Harrison Bader like hair.
Yeah, it's a weird ordeal. Katie is just proving to be childish.
Which is why I don't feel I would give $5 million to Jack Campbell.
I don't know. Baseball is one of those sports where anyone who makes the playoffs really can be a contender.
I think the Padres definitely do it.
I don't think Donovan Mitchell gets traded.
Kyrie Irving does have the track record of not being a great locker room fit, or even good locker room fit.
Bader got some luscious locks. I gotta say it.
This is Zach Bigley, the broadcaster for the Frisco Rough Riders, and you're listening to Outsiders Opinions with Kevin and Austin. You guys better subscribe.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to our NBA Opinions of the Week, and we have a surprising team once again, the number one seed, but it is very early on, Austin, as the Chicago Bulls currently stand number one in the East.
Yeah. Montas Buzelis has played very well to start this season, averaging 15 and 5. Giddey's averaging 23, 10 and 9. Vooch averaging 19, 12 and 4. Trey Jones has played decently. Ayo's played well. Patrick Williams is playing okay defense. Jalen Smith's been good in his limited minutes. I mean, the team just looks very good, and the biggest thing is they're 6-1 without Kobe White, who will come back from injury at some point this season. I think the expectations, which are the title of the video, is playoffs because the East is so weak this year, and there's so many open spots, and I'm like, that team's not that great, and that team's not that great, and that team's not that great, that I'm not going to say, like, Eastern Conference Finals or something like that, but I think that 100% playoffs has to be in the cards for a team that still has a lot of young players on it because they moved off of DeMar DeRozan, they moved off of Zach LaVine, and while Vooch is on the older side of things, it's really he's the only older player on the roster. I mean, it's really just him and a lot of young guys.
Yeah, you talk about young guys. Josh Giddey was a guy, few with a lot of potential, but the Thunder wanted to get off his contract and get some guy that could help them now. Alex Caruso, which he was a big part of that championship-winning team. So, yeah, I think when you start this fast, you have to have high hopes. And given how many teams can make the playoffs in this NBA season, just given with the plan and then how if you win that, you could get to an ace seed. That is pretty, I think, tolerable expectations, even with young guys. You mentioned Buzelis. Giddey is sort of older, but there's a lot of guys with potential. Then you have
Giddey's an old man.
Huh?
Giddey's 23.
Really?
I mean, everybody on their team, besides Vooch and Kevin Huerter, that play minutes, Huerter's 27. Vooch is 35. Everyone else is under that plays is under 27. It's an extremely young team. You have Josh Giddey that's 23. You have Trey Jones at 26. You have Montas Buzelis who's 21. You have Ayo who is 26. You have Isaac Okoro who's 25. You have Patrick Williams who's 24. You have Jalen Smith that's 25. That's everybody that plays significant minutes on the roster. Kobe White is 25.
Ayo's older than Josh Giddey because I feel like Josh Giddey has more NBA seasons than Ayo.
Giddey never played college.
He never played college, so he just...
No. And Ayo played... When Ayo was a rookie, he was 22, which is older than Giddey right now. Yeah. Ayo was older as a rookie than Giddey is right now.
That's insane.
Which is why Giddey averaging 23, 10, and 9 is insane because he's basically... he's an extremely young player, and his upside is extremely, extremely high. And, I mean, it's only higher when Kobe White, who probably will play shooting guard, is back. Because you could just have Montas stay at power forward. Trey Jones probably falls out of the starting lineup. But I think, or probably Okoro, actually. And just plug in Kobe White for Okoro, and you have a very talented roster that I think will compete in an Eastern Conference that is weak.
Yeah, and kind of when you look at it, this is a huge year for the team to grow because you mentioned the young team. And even though he's young, Giddey has a lot of experience just given what he did with the Thunder and how he was part of that team.
Yeah, but they decided, like you said, to go for more of a defensive route. Giddey doesn't really pair the best against a player like Shea. So I have high expectations for this team this season because the East is so weak. I mean, if there's ever a year to have a surprise team come out of the East, it'd be this year. Boston doesn't look that good without Tatum, and you don't know when he's going to be back. There's been a lot of teams I think have been disappointing this season, especially in the East. I mean, there's only 4 teams that are more than one game above 500. The Bucks are 5-3, the Pistons are 5-2, the 76ers are 5-2, and the Bulls are 6-1. You have the Cavs at 4-3, Knicks at 4-3, Heat at 4-3, guys that we thought were going to be good, like the Magic, 3-5. The Celtics I thought would be competitive, and they're 3-5. The Pacers are 1-6. The Nets are 0-7. I mean, there's a lot of bad teams in the East, and I mean, at this point, it's just a why not them sort of situation. Now, there are people coming back from injuries for other teams. I think the Cavs are struggling because they don't have their PG. Garland's out. He's been out to start the season. Whenever he comes back, I think they'll be better. The Pistons look good this year. I don't know how sustainable the 76ers are because of Embiid's situation. But it's a wide open East. And I could really see anyone coming out of it this season because there's no, top dog this season.
And no consistent. The Knicks were consistent, but they have a new coach. Celtics, a lot of injuries. My only concern about the Bulls is their youth. Yes, it is, to me, why they shouldn't have too many expectations, is they're a young team. I am concerned, how does this team react when they falter, when they have a loss, and do they have a bad losing streak?
Well, I don't think they will because, again, the East is just so weak. I mean, they're not going to have to face crazy difficult opponents most of the time, and that allows them to kind of get over their losses easier because they don't have the toughest opponents to play. I mean, their division right now has the Pistons and the Bucks and the Cavs, but it also has a Pacers team that's barely even won one game, and the Bulls are averaging points-wise the 4th most points in the Eastern Conference while allowing the 5th least. So, I mean, their point differential has been extremely good this year. They're playing good offense and good defense, and that's sustainable in some sense because, again, they are without their best player, and their defense looks good. I mean, their young players have really stepped up, and I've been pleasantly surprised by a team that I didn't have high expectations. I think I had them going in the play-in and then missing the playoffs, I think is what I had. I'll have to check that at some point, but I don't remember having them make the playoffs.
Yeah, I don't believe I had them making the playoffs. And speaking of the last time they made playoffs was the 2022 season. And the last time
when Lonzo was hurt.
Yeah. And when they started that fast, they made the playoffs that year as well. Just kind of
but that was when Lonzo was healthy, and they looked extreme. They were the 1 seed in the East. And then Lonzo got hurt, and it kind of fell apart because Lonzo was their primary facilitator and defender, or point of attack defender at least. So, yeah.
And Kobe White is fantastic, and I think he's going to be huge for them. I'm just curious, how do they manage that? How do the players respond to that and connect with Kobe White?
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of just trying to get everybody on the same page, and they have the chance to do that. And I don't necessarily have the highest expectations for the Bulls just yet, but because of the East, I mean, I think the expectations are at least to not make the play-in, like to be a top 6 seed. I think they could be a 6 seed.
All right. Yeah, I think they can be in the playoffs, but I'm not going to say they don't make it through the play-in. I think they'll be top 8, though.
I just find it hard to believe that. I mean, the East is so bad. I mean, I can't see 9 teams there's 9 teams worse than them at least because there's 15 teams per conference. Mm-hmm. Now, obviously, injuries and other stuff can happen, but I don't necessarily think it's like cut and dry that the Bulls are easily a play-in team. I think it's probably higher than that.
Okay. All right. Well, let us know your thoughts in the comments. We appreciate you listening to Outsiders Opinions.